Oh, you saw disappearing today. What's going on?
We're live.
Hello.
Catherine.
Hi, everybody.
Guys, you know what? We're actually very prepared.
What?
That broadcast live was a little sudden. I think we're gonna need something coming. So a little too sudden. So okay, let's do that again. We're live again. Over to you,
everybody.
Hi, Kathy. Hi, Roshi.
Hi, Nai. Hi, Kathy.
So welcome everybody to another episode of Detour Essentials. This is our season 2. And we want to thank you for joining us every Wednesday. And for those of you that are here with us for the first time, welcome. We're here every Wednesday at 8 p.m., streaming live on our YouTube and our Facebook channel. So if you haven't already liked and subscribed to our pages, please do so. So I am Kathy. Pardon me, Rush?
And tell a friend.
I didn't hear you.
And tell a friend, tell a friend, tell friends, tell all the friends.
Subscribe and celebrate.
All right, guys. So, as usual, when we do our introductions, we have to do our actual introductions, right? So for those just joining us, again, welcome to Emerge. And for those who don't know what Emerge is, we are the Emerge trio, myself, Catherine, and Rochelle. And pre-COVID, we would host workshops, summits, a lot of engaging activities where people can really feel inspired, motivated, and also get the next steps to living their best not lives, and not just feeling like they're living it, but actually living it with actionable steps. And so we decided to take some of that to our YouTube and Facebook channel, where we have Emerge Detour Essentials Live, where we get the opportunity to share amazing stories and conversations with different individuals with different experiences, some of which we experience ourselves, but we don't actually get to hear other people telling their stories and how they actually got through certain challenges or experiences. And that's what Emerge Detour Essentials is all about. So we're really excited to have you. For those joining for the first time, welcome. For those who follow us every week, welcome back. We did take a little break last week because of elections, right, folks? Exciting times.
Yeah.
You seem super quiet today, Rush.
No, I had a long day today, and I was feeling really tired. And I'm sitting down here reading the comments. So like when you haven't seen your friends in a while, and then you get together and you're like, "Hi, Rain. Hi, Lansdale. Hey, Keish. Althea, what's up? Jillian Ferguson, girl. Hi, Alicia." So it feels like we're back home with the gang for another week of Emerge. Last week was a whole lot happened last week.
Yeah.
In a proper. So just in case we did things that COVID did done keep, I know it's a keep.
Yep.
Mask wearing, sanitizing, and every time we think about feeling like we don't bother with the mask, we can't wait for this to be over. The point is we have to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of our families. So it's some serious times. Elections in Jamaica, but we're just grateful for another week. And yes, guys, we missed you last week. It was weird.
Always weird. And as usual, we'd love to know where you guys are joining us from. I know we have our Emerge family here in Jamaica, but we also have Emerge family all over. I don't see our favorite other sister on yet, Gabby, but we're looking out for her. I'm sure she'll be joining us shortly. So thanks again, guys. So we'll do our quick introductions. We have a very, very exciting show ahead of us.
So if you're thirsty, don't too long, because you cannot get up. My friend Dr. Susie Sang has joined. Susie, I miss you. She's all the way in Boston, Massachusetts. That's where she is. Or Chicago, far. Chicago.
She's from
We
Chicago.
have Asia joining us from New York. The last episode we had the Dream Team up, and the Dream Entertainment team. It was an awesome show. This week we have three. You just have to just like whatever you do now, just stop, plant yourself in front of the screen because this show cannot be missed. We finished the introduction.
Before we get into them, Rochelle, can we at least just introduce ourselves first? Because you know they're gonna just,
it's over.
The show is gonna start, and no one's gonna remember about us. So I think we should just do our quick introductions. We can be really quick today. Kathy, would you like to start?
Sure. Hi, everybody. Thanks again for joining us. I am Kathy Goodall. I am a connector of dots, brands, people, and businesses, and I'm a part of the Emerge Trio. Welcome.
Okay. Hi, guys. I'm Naomi Garrick, also known as a PR chick, personal branding coach, and founder of Garrick Communications.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rochelle Cameron. I'm an attorney at law and CEO of Prescient Consulting Services. I'm also part of the trio of Emerge. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Rochelle.
Not a problem. Anyway, people, the internet recently, broke down. So on August 31st, in the year of our Lord 2020, photographer extraordinaire Dwayne Watkins unleashed This Is You project by DW on our Instagram timelines with a video featuring 3 extraordinary Jamaican women. They're breaking barriers of what women over 40, an age I'm familiar with, should look and feel like. So maybe we just start by taking a quick look at this video.
Over to you, Catherine.
That's absolutely phenomenal. Hold up. Open your eyes. Keep going. Love that. Anytime you bring up your hand, you use the hand that's furthest away from the photographer. Look beyond me. Because your hair is blowing, you have to constantly fix your hair. So make it positive. Bring that right hand higher than the left. Give me everything, Angelie. Everything.
Woo! Pooper, Jesus. So, the thing about that video is that as you were watching it, you were like, these girls don't look good for 40, These girls just look good. Me personally, I could have been eating a dumpling at the time. I stopped eating dumpling. I started to work out again this week because let me tell you, sometimes people put things out there that people have all kind of different reactions. I personally was inspired and I'm like, I need to be able to kick beach water like that and my legs stay together. So without further ado, let us welcome. I see you, Lady K. Lady K said, not even my body weight under 40 looks like Angie and her squad.
But Rafi, for me, the thing that's crazy is that they look like this in real life.
In real life,
they look like this.
I was telling Nai, if DWP was going to Photoshop me, he would have to find another leg. Somebody else's leg. I'll give you. So, ladies and gentlemen, first, we are going to welcome to the Emerge screen Dr. Mellissa Green-Powe. She's a practicing surgeon. Can you imagine it in your teeth? She's the owner of two dental practices, the Tooth Center and Sylvan Family Care. She's an entrepreneur at heart, that loves the business aspect of operating her practice, and she absolutely loves taking care of her patients. She likes to call herself an introvert, and we'll see some of that coming out, but we are grateful that she had an extroverted moment that can inspire us. She's the mother of 2 beautiful children and the wife of one gentleman, Sheldon Powe, and she is joining us today with the claim that she's over 40.
Welcome, Mellissa.
Hi. Hello.
Welcome,
Good
Mellissa.
night.
Welcome, Mellissa.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
there is a lady that they call her the Miss Jack of all trades. Now, you know, like some of us can say cook like a good curry goat, and we maybe can sew and thing, like, but we're not good at everything, like everything we touch. Till we just all turn upholsterer and we're in overalls. And then we flick those off and put on a fabulous dress and with big glasses. And we are like, who is this woman? Well, she named Angelie Martin Spencer, hailing from the parish of the Montego Bay High School. Miss Angelie Martin Spencer, also a mother of 2, and wife of 1, and just fabulous to the team.
Yes.
But if
Hi.
we were fabulous, yes, but we're gonna have more. Of course, we've got more, because some people call her the boss mom, the mompreneur. I mean, she has done it all. Magazine editor, fashionista, store. I mean, she revolutionized children's store. And what she's also done is created an entire platform for children to be bold. She's the mother of 2 children, and she also claims to be over 40. I remember when she had done her first, as she had done a shoot earlier on, that also had inspired me. And now we welcome to the stage none other than Michelle Gordon, B3 Boss Mom. Welcome, Michelle.
Michelle.
guys.
Welcome, ladies.
Thank
Guys,
you. Thank you. Hi.
We are so excited to have you guys on the show. We all saw that video and those amazing pictures that we've been seeing for the last week, almost 2 weeks since August 31st. And I mean, I know I can say for the Immerse Trio that we were definitely blown away and definitely inspired, for sure. For someone that just turned 40, you guys are definitely goals. And I'm ready. I'm ready for my close-up teas. So guys, I think what we really want to start with, I mean, I know the question that a lot of people have asked, and I know that each of you have shared little snippets of the journey on your Instagram pages with each post. But I know people really want to know the story behind it. So, you know, I've seen that you said that the pictures were originally not meant to be published, and then you decided to publish it. So we really want to hear a little bit about how you guys came together and decided to do amazing photo shoot, and what made you decide to actually share them with the public.
Okay, so yes, so it was actually like I don't know if people read my blog or the posts, but essentially I realized in the past 6 months that I was starting to look a little older than I was looking my age. Not older, I was looking my age very suddenly. I started to look in the mirror and I was seeing my mother.
What is Angie, just so that people can know?
Okay, so I'm 45.
Okay, thank you.
I'm 45 years old.
45.
So I'm 45. So I started to look in the mirror and all I was seeing was mom, and I couldn't understand, why am I looking so much like mommy these days? Why am I looking so much like mom these days? And it's primarily because it's in this area. My mom, I get this from my mom, where I have deep nasolabial lines. My laugh lines are deep. My upper lip is a little wider So it started to, I could start to feel this area starting to sag around my jawline. And I'm starting to see and feel it in my face. And I would bend down to do something and I'd catch myself in the mirror and I'd see my cheek falling forward and it's resting on my nose. And I'm like, hold on, what the hell going on inside here? But the long and short of it, I actually had been exercising. I started exercising when I turned 40 and on and off. And then I suddenly my mother discovered my old Guinness posters, and I did the Guinness ad when I was 20, when I was 20 or 21. And there was a particular image that I posted when I got it. I posted it as a throwback, and I said, I should challenge myself, and see if I can get my body looking like this. And at the time, I started to work out with Pat, and so I said, Pat, I want you to make my body look like this. So of course, when I realized that I started to age, I just decided, what, I'm just going to capture this moment, this time. I'm going to see if I could possibly get my body to look like that or even better. And so I had this goal that I was going to get fit, I was going to recreate that image, and I was going to record myself at this moment. But then I thought about it more, and I was like, I don't want to just be the only person doing this. And so I thought of 4 other women like me who are aging. I've heard them make reference to aging. I know that they exercise. They also are mothers of 2 or 1. One is a mother of 1. And I said, I'm going to see if they want to do it, because I imagine a beautiful image of all of us doing our individual images, but a beautiful images of us just nude together, just bearing it all. Not all, but just being ourselves, just capturing our best selves at that moment.
Yes.
So 2 of them chicken out, 2 of them say you must be damn mad. I mean, I know about that. And these 2 very bold ones, they decided, that sounds pretty good. But the issue was, like, you had to put a timeline on it and say, listen, you have to do it. We have to do it in 6 weeks. And we're going to set a date. So just get your bodies in gear, because nobody wants to celebrate mediocrity. I mean, we're in the middle of COVID. We're in the middle of lockdown. We had little pudges. Our arms got a little smooth. Our backs got a little smooth. So we need a little definition. We need a little weight loss. So I said 6 weeks, and we're going to do this shoot. And then there's only one person that you could possibly think of to do this, and that was Dwayne Watkins. And so I asked Michelle, I asked Mellissa, would you be interested in doing this? And they're like, yes, of course. I'm like, hallelujah, let's do it. And so it started for me with a cleanse. Me and Mellissa said, listen, we need a cleanse. We need a little washout first. We kind of bring down the belly, purify the skin. So I did a little cleanse. And then I just kicked butt. I mean, I had to, we struggled. We would do our weight training in the morning with our trainers. And in the evening for about 3 weeks, Mellissa and I would hold each other accountable. And we did a YouTube workout together to do some additional shredding. And then Anna rope into the thing now. So my daughter was working out with me. And so that's how it all happened. And that's why it started.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Michelle, tell us about what was your experience when Angelie called you saying, hey, let's do this shoot.
Well, it didn't take much convincing.
No. Especially the nude part.
I'm the nudist of the group, okay? I'm the nudist. I'm not afraid. But no, the truth is, the timing on an experience like this could not have been more perfect. One is that, yes, we're aging, and I think most women who get to this stage start to feel these feelings. They're dropping of the face, the deep lines, all of those things. That happens naturally. This is a journey that I've personally been on. I'm the oldest one here. I'm 47. Yes. So I'm literally staring down the barrel of 50. And I've been going through my scary moments on my own. So when Angelie called, this was just well-timed.
Perfect.
But at the same time, bringing Dwayne into it, because Dwayne has been working on a project that he's going to be launching soon. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, called the This Is You project. So this is having Dwayne come on board and shoot this for us was just, the stars were aligned.
Perfect.
because
Yeah.
that program is about delving into yourself, um, exposing, just kind of looking in the mirror for your own self and accepting you, flaws and all, and really just coming to terms with where we're at today.
Yeah.
So for me, and I had a lot of other issues going on top of the 40 plus, which, you know, we can go into more, the sagging and the big belly and those things. There's so many other issues that we face. As it's funny because when you were doing your introductions, it kind of hit me. I'm like, right. So this is, you know, mother of two and wife of one, mother of two and wife of one, and then there's Michelle, mother of two. I'm like, and a wife of none. Because the truth is, that's just a reality. I'm a single mom, a divorced mom, and that's not where I wanted to be. So a lot of what this is you, this is the This Is You project, and the This Is Us journey is really accepting where we are as opposed to where we thought we would have been.
Yeah.
And making it, looking at the positive side. And these ladies will tell you, the past couple of weeks has been amazing for us.
Yeah.
A lot of joy, a lot of introspection. And of course, I mean, the greatest part of this is looking at the most phenomenal images. We're looking at ourselves and we're like, blow.
Blow.
We work hard.
Yeah.
We work hard for this. I can't say that I did any cleansing. The only thing I really and truly gave up during this process, I gave up,
Wine?
There we go. Alcohol. I don't have to give it up anymore. But I continued. I didn't do all of the tight eating and like as I should have. But maybe if I did, I would have gotten better results. But I'm very proud of the three of us and how hard we worked. And it's just been phenomenal. It really has been.
Awesome. And Mellissa,
Yeah.
tell us about when you got that call.
Yeah. Well, for me, as I told you when I had a conversation with you, I'm very much reserved.
Yes.
Except on the day of the shoot.
Except well, we won't go there. So I'm usually very reserved. But I actually said to you, I think I am a introverted extrovert, right? So when Angelie said it to me, it was fun. I was like, this will be fun, of course, and it's fabulous, and I like that kind of stuff. So of course I'll do it. So I mean, we didn't know it was gonna go this far, but I'm like, sure, because I love exercising. That's what I do. That's my, my pastime. That's what I enjoy. I go to the gym to unwind. That's it for me. So it was easy. I've been working out for a long time. Going back into the gym, it was a goal. So 6 weeks, I'm like, great, I can do this. You know what I mean? So it was pretty easy for me to say yes. But the journey, like I assumed it would have been, but it was much harder than I expected. We had just that 6 weeks, and you're expecting your body to change. Normally within 2 weeks, I start seeing results. This time, it was not like that. I cleansed, and that 1 week of cleanse, I'm like, I didn't look how
Nothing's
I thought I would look.
happening.
I did a cleanse before, and I got much better results. Like, this is not working out. To the point where I started doing internet, like we're going to internet, YouTube. I mean, I'm going to the gym and I'm working out at night. This was crazy. And 2 weeks, I'm not really seeing the results either. So it was, it was a journey of accepting. I really had to start accepting that my body's not going to change the way it used to. I am aging. I started feeling 44. And for the first time, I actually felt 44. I really feel it. When I'm working out different body parts, my arms look fat, my thighs look fat. I mean, I hate my thighs. Some people might say they like it, but I hate it. And it took forever, even down to the 5th week. I still did not look how I expected to look, working out so hard for so long. And changing my diet. I mean, I literally changed my diet. I was like eating fish like crazy. I almost became a pescatarian. I mean, during that time, but it was a journey of self-discovery. I discovered a lot about myself. I had to accept a lot about myself. I became, so I realized how reserved I am, that I shouldn't be being around people like Michelle. um, Being around Michelle and how she is, and Michelle is just like, she's the kind of person that just live life to the fullest.
Yeah.
And so it's like seeing Michelle in that way, and Angelie, who is constantly saying, Mellissa, you're beautiful, you're pretty, which I don't think so. Thank you. I don't think so. But it's starting to look at my as beautiful, which I never usually do. Liking my body exactly as it is, fat
Yes.
size, thick size, whatever it is, just accepting that this is me. This is who I am. And it was a beautiful journey, a beautiful journey. And working with the photographer and Brandon, I mentioned him, who was there on the shoot with us, and doing that shoot, I realized that, it's okay. Even the nudity, I was quite comfortable with it. That was quite fun. And it was a beautiful, beautiful journey for me. It was awesome.
I love that, guys. What made you guys actually decide to release them to the world?
Did you see the images? Listen, when we saw them, the first words out of my mouth, we said, this need crowd.
This need crowd.
No, let me tell you something, Naomi, guys. Having worked with Dwayne, and I'm unashamed to big him up. He's the greatest photographer on the face of this planet.
Yeah.
But Dwayne sprinkles what we call magic dust, DWP dust. And he has more than just the image that comes out that you see at the end when the camera snaps. He gives women especially the ability to see the beauty that he sees.
Yes.
So
true.
He's not just saying, okay, smile. He's saying things to you to make you genuinely believe that you are beautiful. Anybody who has been in front of his lens can attest to that. And I think that's the magic of giving that woman, you're being empowered. We've all been empowered. It's the most amazing thing to literally look in the mirror. I mean, Mellissa just said it, and when the words come out of her mouth and she says, I don't feel pretty. What the hell you want to bitch slap her? Because, when someone else sees that beauty in you, it's beautiful. But when you see it for yourself, there's nothing that compares.
And it all looked like it was a huge production. It literally happened in an hour. And girls, it wasn't more than an hour.
Yeah,
like it
was a little over an hour. Yeah,
a little over an hour. 1 hour, and we captured 3 different looks. The group shot in under an hour. It was, Dwayne is pure magic. It just was. When he sent us the images, and I saw the images, we're just like, whoa.
True.
And as Michelle said, Disney crowd. But it was 6 weeks ago that we recorded it. And a lot has been happening. There's a lot has been going on. COVID and all sorts of things happening. And we're just, should we, shouldn't we? I know for me personally, I'm like, my husband, for example, is very, very conservative. He is not self-indulgent at all. He's not even on social media, never, ever will be. And so this sort of thing is like, God, man, you're this foolishness. And he always tells people to stop encouraging her. Stop encouraging her. Like me need any encouragement, right? So I said, okay, we're going to do this. So, of course, when I saw the images, I was like, wow. And then I showed them. And honestly, I remember Luke is only 10. Luke is very sensitive. He's like kind of conservative as well, even though I have a little bit of me in him. So it took a while for me to show him the images. But I remember when I showed Anna the image, especially the image, that's the one of the 3 of us, just in that moment. She looked at it and she felt, I felt what she was feeling, because that's what I felt when I saw it. And she stopped for just a split second and she just took it all in, because the first thing you see is that we're not wearing clothes, that we're naked. But then all of that immediately disappears and she's like, wow, that's beautiful. I'm like, really? And she's like, yes. She's like, oh my God, look at you. Oh my God, look at Auntie. Oh, and she just kept going around and around. And that's exactly how it felt. And interestingly, it was the same reaction from Luke. He looked at it and I said, Luke, I have something to show you. And I turned it and I said, what do you think of this? And the same thing, he had that split second where he's just like, oh my God, they're naked. And then he's just like, wow, Mom, that's beautiful. And he's looking like all wide-eyed. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, good. But that's basically it, you know, just looked at that image and I just thought the way we were feeling, the experience we had in that 6 weeks leading up to doing the pictures and then the 6 weeks after that, I just knew that this would have an impact on other women who are feeling the same way. And then for me, it's interesting, the week before, when Chadwick Boseman, who was just 2 years younger than me, so he was our age group, and he was incredible and dynamic and regal and all these special things, and then he was just gone. And he's impacted all these lives, and I just thought, wow. And then I remember that Kobe, another 40-year-old, he's just gone. And Kobe left his house expecting to return home. He probably left his shoes tossed at the end of the bed, and his clothes were probably just thrown on the floor, perhaps. And he thought, okay, when I come back, I'll pick that up. And he never got back home. And I thought, you know, what with 2020 being the way it is, with life being the way it is, with just this frailty, just the fragility of it all, I'm like, you know, we've captured this incredible moment in our lives. We should share it. And if it impacts 10 women, if it impacts 12 women, if it impacts 50, it's such a special journey and a special story. We should share it. And we have gotten hundreds of messages to that. So
what has the general feedback been, Angie?
Just like that, everybody is inspired and motivated. Those are the two words that I hear continuously. Inspired, motivated. This is so beautiful. Wow. It's just that everybody is the same thing. Everybody is just this consciousness of self. It's self-reflection, but it's that we've inspired and motivated others into this acceptance of yourself, into just this call to action as well. I mean, it's like I said, it's a call to action to just do it, just live, just embrace, just smile, just laugh, just strip your clothes off. And, you know, it's the inspiration and the motivation for me more than anything. And that's just been the feedback, messages and DMs and WhatsApp and emails. And I mean, I even started a blog because I had so much to say that I can't say on the post, and I said, you know, I'll just say it in a blog, and you know, and just the feedback there, it's been incredible.
Michelle, we want to know what your kids say, because Michelle, you have teenage children. But you know, before that, those women, so of course Kimberly Spence and Gillian Ferguson are killing me here. So Kimberly said, wait 6 weeks, I need 6 years to prep for that shoot. 2 years, let's do it. Kimberly says, Ginny, I have a whale of a time at that photo shoot. But what would you say though? So you could get your form together in 6 weeks. Not all of us will feel that we'll be able to get our form to look like, you know, like as I was telling Nye that that Angie has a photo of her turned to the back and her buttocks just looks like this.
I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you, Rochelle, because that's not a buttocks. That's our backside.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So Angie knows that I'm always commenting about her bottom.
You always
all the time. It's just up and there.
Yeah, that's bottom goal.
But then for those women who are like 6 weeks won't make me look poo, and the arms that you're talking about, a cleanse and stuff is gonna work for me. How do they feel that this is me when they look in the mirror? Because you have your moments too where you're like, I don't like my thighs, or I find my face is saggy. What would you say to those to us?
It's the me.
I would say to me.
No, go ahead, Mel.
Just start.
Just
I say
start.
all you you know, because you don't know. Sometimes when you put limitations on yourself, you know, then you won't get to where you want to be. So just start. And
Yeah.
what you have to research, find out what you need to do, because you can't be binging and expecting certain results. So if you find out, research, know what you have to do, eat properly, be committed to eating properly, right? And you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to go and exercise. I mean, you won't get there in 6 weeks if you're going to cheat and do all these other things. That you have to be committed to it. Make up your mind you're going to do something and get it done. You just have
I
to
would
make up your
also,
mind, get it done, and yeah, you will, and you will get it done. You might not get to where you want to be, but you're almost there. You're partway there, and that's all you need to do is just to start. Just to
I
You know,
want
start.
to add to
you know,
something to that though, Mel. I think one of the most important things with exercising and getting fit and kind of just changing your body, how you look at yourself,
Hmm.
is support. It's important. So whether it's going to
True.
be finding that support in a trainer, finding that support
Hmm.
in a group of friends, whatever it is, that accountability is critical. Because the days when there are going to be days when you have no desire to get up to go to the gym, there's no desire to go and run,
Yeah.
whatever the form of exercise is that you participate in.
Hmm.
But having someone remind you or push you or shout at you or whatever the case is to get you to do it is important. Because trust me, there are days when I'm like, it's not today. I have something else to do.
Yeah,
But the
that is true. Because
commitment,
I had Angelie.
pushing past that,
Yeah, I had
the
Angelie in the
no's.
beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's important.
but you know what, ladies, I want to make a comment on that as well, because there are some people that saw these photos and they're not inspired to actually get fit or, you know, do this
Right.
regime. Because I actually had a conversation with my best friend today, and she was just like, I would do a photo shoot like this today, like just come as you are,
As
right?
you are, right.
That she got from it, not to, you know, to get fit
Get
in
fit.
the
Exactly.
but she just felt so empowered to just, as she is right now in this moment,
That's right.
capture it, you know, the essence of herself, which I thought was
Yes.
really, really, you know, an interesting way of looking at the
Yes.
process as well.
You know,
Which is
look
what
at
I was going to
your
say. I think what I was going to say is, I don't know if you've ever seen the film Calendar Girls. That's the movie that everybody sort of got introduced to Helen Mirren. It's a true story of a group of elderly English women who had, like, they were part of a baking club. So they decided a couple of them lost husbands, one was divorced, they were widows, they were all older women, like between 55 and 65 or 70. And they decided, because they were all bakers, that they were going to do this nude calendar shoot featuring their baked goods. And that's what they did. And they became famous. I mean, so much so that a film was made in their honor. But that's exactly what it is. This was This Is Us, because what was powerful with this is Michelle and Mellissa were like me. We were similar. We had our path, we had strong similarities, and that's why it worked. And for me, I asked women who were mothers of two, who had short hair, who did exercise. I mean, that was the similarity with us. That's what that was our commonality, and that's why it worked. So there are women who can find their commonality, who like your friend, or just a group of best friends, and it's their differences but their similarities, you know, different but the same. The point of This Is Us is literally, this is us. This is our us. This is my me. And that's the essence of it for me, is to find your me, and as a group you find your us, and that's the essence of it.
And it doesn't have to be for a group. It's personal. It's about you.
Personal as well. Yeah, it's embracing
you.
your thing. Yeah.
So if you want to do it today, it's just being able to look in the mirror and love the reflection that you see looking back at you.
Yes,
exactly. To capture that essence of you.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think Angelie earlier about the, you know, there's, when you look at 2020 and you look at just, you know, people that we've lost, and how, you know, you get up in the morning and you're off and planning to get back home, and you don't know what tomorrow, what the next minute will hold. So sometimes we put off a celebration of ourselves, always waiting for this perfect moment, but like now is a perfect moment.
Yeah.
So you know,
so interestingly, Rochelle, that's what you're saying, because we were thinking, okay, do we wait until a birthday, and I'm like, no, right
Yeah.
now. What are we
Yeah.
waiting for?
Yeah.
Celebrate
Yeah.
every moment, every minute. Use the fine china.
Yeah.
What you waiting
Exactly.
on? My grandmother used
Yeah.
to have a little cabinet where everything keep
Yes.
inside. And
Yep.
she's not using it until a special occasion. Every day is a special occasion. And that's how I try to approach everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So earlier we talked about the physical journey that you guys went on, and especially Mellissa, you talked about you being an introvert or an introverted extrovert, but it still takes a mindset for you to go through the challenges that you went through. Because you said, you went through the physical and the results that you expected to see in the first 2 weeks you didn't see. So what was the mindset throughout the entire process, and how did you keep yourself conditioned to keep going?
Well,
The results.
Well, for me, it was not just how I look physically, but also health. I was also conscious of my health because I'm over 40. And what I, well, I was told that there's I have a little thing going on that I won't necessarily talk about, but it's nothing major. But I was very concerned about health. And so for me, it was, as I'm getting older, I did not want to develop certain things, and I know exercising will help in that regard. So I was very concerned about that, and so that was something that was always in the back of my head, that I need to be healthy. So even though my body is changing and it looks nice, I guess, but it was more about being healthy for me. So that was something that was really on my mind. And throughout the process, while I was doing it, I, I'm married, and I also encourage my household. So everybody came along with me, or they're changing the house. Even my small kids. My daughter is very conscious now, so they start eating healthy because I start eating healthy. So it was actually a nice ripple effect in my household, because everybody changed how they eat. So it was actually great. And everybody's trying to be healthier. So for me, it was being healthy. In my job also, it's very physically demanding, mentally and physically demanding. So I need to be fit also. And in my line of work, I mean, I have to be healthy. And so when I'm at work, I feel a lot better. I feel healthier. I feel lighter. It's just a really good feeling. So my mindset was more about health. It was really trying to be healthy was really my thing. So I used that, and of course with the encouragement of my trainer, who was on my back all the time, and he's also about health, also like very concerned about our health and all his clients. So that was more me. I mean, yes, I enjoyed the process. It was fantastic, but I was more concerned about being healthy, really. So that was me.
Nice, Michelle.
Yeah, man, I'm here.
Okay.
I think I just want to just answer Rochelle very quickly, because I just remember, because my daughter is actually sitting here looking at me, and I just wanted to answer when Rochelle had said, what did my kids say? Very quickly, my daughter thought it was beautiful, and she wasn't here when I posted, and she sent me a WhatsApp message. She said, "Mommy, I'm so proud of you." Proud of it, because I was tentative. I think we were tentative in posting, because there's some images, guys, that we haven't posted, and I don't think we're going to be able to post.
No,
post.
no. We don't think we know. So we're not post.
Yeah, those are not therapy. But I showed them to the kids, and she said, "Mom, I'm very proud of you," and that meant a lot to me. She's 12, and my son at 15, going 16, said to me, "Your Instagram up."
That's a thumbs up, Mom. That's what that means.
So I don't know if there are any parents of 15-year-old boys who understand the Instagram up.
That's a big deal.
That's big.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Outside of that, I think for me, this is a culmination of a lot of things going on. My personal journey, just finding my footing, as from a professional standpoint, I mean, there are days when I think all of us would work for ourselves, and in trying to carve out who I am, and trying to redefine, because I'm on a constant goal for redefinition. I think earlier in my intro, it was, I've carved out a space in the baby industry or the parenting industry, but I feel like I have a lot more. I have so much more inside. So this is just part and parcel of discovering what more I have to give. This is, as I think Mellissa had said it, this is really a journey of self-discovery. A lot of the comments that we've received, that I know that have come into my inbox, phone calls I've gotten, I'm amazed at the amount of women who are struggling with who we see in the mirror, and what helps to define us, whether it's a boyfriend, a husband, a job, the children. There's so many in my sphere, in mommy business. There's so many mothers who define themselves by the children.
Yes.
And when those kids are gone, there's going to be a problem, because there's so many mothers who, and I call them helicopter parents or whatever type of the technical term that exists. But I find when we are consumed with someone else, whether it's a spouse, a child,
a job,
partner, friend, whatever it is, a job, when you're consumed with something other than yourself, when that goes in whatever way it decides to go,
you're lost.
You're lost. I don't want to be lost.
I
don't want to be lost. I want, at every step of my journey, I want to know who I am, what purpose I serve. And this helped me, excuse me, to accept my flaws, because there are many flaws, but it also helped me to realize that I'm definitely not alone on this journey. Having Angelie and Mellissa, I mean, every day we talk, every day there's some joke, and by extension, the group that we worked with, Brandon was a part of it. If you guys follow us on Instagram, Brandon is a part of all of our lives, and you'll understand that man he's a mama.
Yes.
He's a mama.
You can see he responded to it.
Post it, Booby, post it. So wait, Michelle, we should let them know that Brandon was supposed to be in the center of the image, by the way.
Oh my God.
He was supposed to be in a beautiful suit in the center of the image, clothed in his women. Okay?
Yes. But it didn't happen, and I also believe every single thing in life happens.
That's right. That's right.
So Brandon, your day coming soon.
Yes.
But anyway, Brandon, and very much like a Dwayne, has an amazing ability to empower women. If you are in that man's circle, and this is something I think every woman needs to have a Brandon, or every woman needs to have somebody who is in your cheering section, who pumps you up, not falsely, not to say, not when you don't look good, him as a boy, Bobby, you look good. No, because if you don't, he's not going to give that to you. But everybody needs. We have to reassess our circles. Reassess the people who you have as your backup. I mean, we all have that, your groups of friends, and I love to see groups of friends. So there's so many lessons that came out of this. Push aside the body and how hard we work to look good. That's beautiful, but that's actually, for me, the least that came out of this whole exercise. I mean, I could go on in many other ways, but for me, just finding it's reconfiguring how we look at ourselves, how we look at aging. I don't know if anybody else here. There was a time when I used to fly, and I remember when I joined, I was young and tight and spruce, and I wrote about it in my blog, that my face was tight like green mango. And there were a group of girls who we looked at them and thought, because unfortunately a lot of women will have these bitchy groups, and all of these things take place in womanhood, but there were a group of women who you look at and like, I don't want to get to that stage. Them not have no man, them face a drop down, them this, and there was a lot of criticism. And I'm like, shit, This is me today. Me single. My face are not
Where is it? The mango swizzle up. The mango start swizzle up now.
And guess what? It's
I'm sorry. I should mute my mic. Let me mute my mic.
I love Angelie's glasses, man.
It's the truth. I mean, oh God, I mean, my son reminded me the other day. He says, Mommy, I'm leaving next year now. I'm like, shit, he's leaving next year. He's not to believe it. And then when he's gone, the plan I had, my plan was perfect. I was going to get married at 30, and I did. And I was going to just, have the 2.5 kids and the dog and the 2 kids and the, thank you, Amanda, and the station wagon and the perfect life. And when that cookie crumbled, I'm like, okay, don't worry about it. You're hot. I got divorced at 35 or 30, so whatever it was. I'm going to find another one and gone again. Yo, it's not
So you go to the gym, you put on a swimsuit, you get fit to take some pictures and you capture the moment. That's the moment.
Because I don't know if the plans I had, I just have to kind of redo, you have a business plan and it's not working out. COVID leak, you have to kind of come again. I need to pivot. This is a pivot.
You know what's so funny? I'm hearing you talking, Michelle, and when you spoke about when Angelie said the shrivel mango, I will never forget Rochelle speaking at a JMB conference. And she made this comment about looking in the mirror and your thighs look like whole cornmeal porridge stirred up.
True. Whoa.
And I was like,
True.
to me.
Guilty.
But Naomi, you know what's amazing? You see, when you're 20 and when you're 30, honestly, we think it's going to last forever.
Yeah.
Yes,
Michelle, when you're
true.
at 40, I thought it was going to last. I'm telling you, it happened very suddenly for me. Okay? Sudden, like 1 year now. All of a sudden, they just sudden. At rest, I still have this. At rest, I have RBF. It's no joke. I have 2 expressions now. If I'm not smiling, I look like I'm frowning. And I look at them in the mirror every day. And at rest, my mouth is slightly turned downwards in a frown. And I say, Mommy, why you look so pressed? It's no joke. Me look pressed. Me have RBF. So now I'm always smiling. I have to be like, smile. Because I can feel the face at rest.
But you know what, guys? In addition to things falling out of place, or that middle section that just doesn't disappear. Jay from Sprite calls it. It says it's called the fupa, and that's the hardest place for a woman to lose that weight there. But as a newbie to the 40 Club, one of the things, and I don't know if I'm saying it to Rochelle or if I was saying to one of you ladies when I spoke to you, is that I think as you go into your 40s, you get so much more clarity on self.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? You're very aware of what you don't want, for sure. And you are very clear about the things that you want that are actually more meaningful and more important. The people that actually you want in your space and the people you want in your circle and the things that really matter to you.
Yes. To
Because
you.
especially for those that have children, you spend a lot of that period between the 20s, 30s focusing on the children. Children, husband, spouse, boyfriend, whatever. And it's not until you get to this 40s stage when, as you said, like Michelle, you're approaching maybe emptiness sooner than you thought, right? That we're like, what about me?
Yeah.
So you could never really, I would like to say,
celebration of just you.
Yeah.
So you could never really accuse me personally of not being a confident person. My whole life. Nobody could ever accuse Angelie. Say, boy, the girl that she insecure, never. So I've been very sure of myself a very long time, right? And I know myself. But I'm a people pleaser. I've always been that. So I've always done things contrary to me. Like I might not have wanted to do things, or I've probably not done things because I was trying to please others, and it's to please my husband, and it's to please my children. And it's interesting. I did have that shift at 40 or just over 40, where in recent years, very recently, my decisions were no longer based only on others, especially within the last couple of years. I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago that I was having, I said, I had a little meeting with a couple of people, and I said, listen, this is my selfish year. I'm going to look out for me, and I'm going to do more things for me. And when I think about it, I look back at my life, a lot of what I've done in the past decade even has not been for me. It's always been to the benefit of others. And if you all, everybody has seen it, if you look at my journey or my shift or my pivot in the past 2 years,
I
you
saw
have
it.
seen a shift in just my whole personal and public and business life. And that's because it's just not, it was a conscious, unconscious, or an unconscious, conscious decision to just have a little selfish moment where I was going to do what I wanted to do. I was going to do what was pleasing me, and that was for me. And that is where I am now. So
I
it's,
think
and
go ahead.
Yeah.
no,
I
you go
think
ahead.
similarly for me, what I well, yours is in the last year. You've noticed it, Angelie. I noticed that I'm changing for the past, I would say, since I turned 40. So after 40, I looked fine, and then I look at pictures, and my mother said it to me a couple months ago. She said, "Look at your pictures last year and the year before." She said, "Mellissa, you're changing." And I said it to Angelie that I think part of my change is stress. I was very overly concerned about my kids. I stressed out about my children. I stressed out about my office. I worry about everything. And I realized I need to just let things go. Also, in my life, the people that you have around you, the negative energy that come into your space, and you're quite aware of the negative energy. But as Angelie, sometimes you're a people pleaser and you deal with things that you don't need to deal with. So for me, what I've done over, I would say, 2 to 3 years coming on to present is like I literally just shed. I'm like shedding things that it doesn't serve me. It's not good for me. I'm aware it's not good for me, whether it be relationships, whatever kind of relationship, friendship, whatever it wants to be. If I find the energy is not good, then I will just put that aside, and I feel no way about it. I'm not pleasing anybody anymore but myself because it is stressful. So the less when certain people or certain things come into my space, if I'm not with it, it doesn't matter to me anymore. Right? I feel no way about walking away from situations that does not serve me anymore and cause me too much stress. Even if you don't feel it's not like it's in your face kind of stress, but it wears you down over time. There's certain things it wears you down, and you don't even realize how much it
You
wears you down.
realize,
And
yeah.
it starts physically, you start seeing it on
Yeah.
yourself. And
Yeah.
so for me, I'm just like getting rid of things that stress me out, or I think stress me out. It's about being happy, and it's not just happy, it's like finding joy, like literally finding joy in everything that I do. So, and also taking care of myself. I take much pleasure, and I will take the day off. Like sometimes on a Saturday, I'm like, okay, I work every other Saturday in my office. That Saturday off, I dedicate it to my children. So I never really have a day off. So I will just take the day off. I leave and I go and I spend the entire day on the road doing what I want to do. Right? Whether it be like I start doing facials, I've been sharing that with Angelie and Michelle, and I
That's why your
take
face so
pleasure.
tight
Um,
now.
Like
it's a
green
get tight,
mango.
Angelie. It's a get tight. Yeah, I do my facials. I do massage every 6 weeks. I'm getting my massage. I don't really care. I'm getting it, and I'm getting my facial, and I'm doing what I want to do. If it mean retail therapy, I'm doing that. I'm doing exactly what I want to do. That bring me some kind of relief, some kind of joy, some kind of joy. So I'm not stressed out anymore. I don't want anything to stress me out. You
Yeah.
know? So
And I
that's
think an important message
going through this process has really
that
caused me
clarity,
to do that.
because it
Yes.
is a very important message, because a lot of us suffer from pleasing everybody. And I know, as some people hear both of you speak, I'm just saying, well, this is going to be a self-care medicine thing. I'm taking a whole day for myself. Some people are like holding on to furniture now. They're like a whole year for yourself, like taking the whole Saturday. But the thing about it is that we're unable to pour into others and to feed these other
We're empty.
Yes, we are not feeding.
Yes.
emptiness. You can't pour from an empty vessel.
Empty. Yes, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that's what we see sometimes when we look at ourselves in the mirror, that actually nothing is wrong with us physically, but because we are empty, we are pouring,
Yes.
and the vessel is empty. We're not even seeing the beauty in ourselves.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shake the bottom and you knock the bottom out and nothing coming out.
Yeah. Very true.
No, it's true. And it's funny, like even my relationship with my family, my relationship with Anna in particular, has just changed so much in the past year or two. And that's like another part of it, because I wasn't fulfilled because I wasn't living my purpose and my journey and my life. It was always for others. So my relationship at home has changed. My relationship with Timothy, my relationship with Anna in particular. I mean, we're at this point where I was always snapping at her, and she was never doing anything right. And it was just, but because they say hurt people. And for me, it was just, I don't know if I was seeing it. It was probably an insecurity that I was not enough, and I'd not accomplished enough, and I hadn't done enough, and I was hoping that wouldn't be transmitted to her, or she wasn't going to be emulating me. And I mean, I remember even telling her, I was like, Anna, you need to use Tia as an example, and Tia needs to be inspiration, because Tia she went to university, and she's bright, and she did this and she did that, and don't look at me, I'm just a housewife, and so it was all these things that I'm trying to improve her through my inadequacies. My inadequacies that I was putting on her, and then once I got to a place where I was very happy and contented with me, without even forcing it on her, what it did in turn was it actually inspired her. So she looked at me exercising, and she looked at me just go-getting and working hard and smiling and just happy, and it made her happy, and it put her at ease, and she just didn't. She was no longer afraid of mommy, So that's why when now she see the face look pressed, she wanna know what's up, because you're not pressed anymore. Why you look so pressed?
Michelle, I thought you forward like you had a point to make. I saw
Of
you.
course, I don't remember now. I'm positive.
That's the next thing now. Oh God, the memory.
If I don't catch it at the moment, it's gone.
No,
I think it's important to
down in my notebook. Remember,
that's it.
I think by the end of the year, I'm going to need a notebook and a chain around my neck, and as soon as I saw it comes to me, I'll scribble it down.
But you know what Michelle described. Michelle, you did something. I know both you and Brandon and Norma. I love a Norma. Did a very interesting camp recently, and just based on where Angelie went, I think it is something that we should talk about and celebrate that particular endeavor. Tell us a little bit about it.
So it's actually interesting. So you just actually jogged my memory for what I was about to say, because a lot of what we have found, a lot of parents live vicariously through their children. And we recently held a camp. We had 12 young ladies. The youngest was 10 or 11, and went up to 15. And we spent 4 days with these girls, essentially building confidence. And one of the things with a camp like this, or with the whole BOLD program, is that it's important for us to have the children away from the parents. Children are completely different in the presence of a parent than they are without, right? So what we did there is really empowering these young ladies to fall in love with themselves right now. So we're not correcting them when they're 40 plus. And a lot of these girls already have issues of feeling ugly because they are using a yardstick that they're finding on the internet. They're using yardsticks that their parents are putting up for them because the parents want them to be to
Perfect.
fulfill an expectation that they would have had perhaps in the womb. I mean, I've met pregnant women, and when I had this story, boy, this is a future doctor, you know, or future so and so. No, the child is what the child is going to be. But because we have these preconceived notions of what we want our kids to be, the truth is they're going to disappoint. When you want to have the next Michelle Obama, and then your child turn up because your child wants to be, you know, something completely different, you're disappointed. And that disappointment we put on our kids, and we don't even know it. So we are trying to, in our very simple way, which has just made waves since we've been doing it for the past 3 years. It's really shifting how children see themselves. Shifting, we did a very important, very important thing this time around, where we had a session called Beauty More Than Skin Deep, where we actually spoke to former beauty queens, who essentially the world has said that they're the most beautiful women in the world, but three of them came there and actually said that they also have these issues with themselves. And it was amazing to hear the feedback from our girls who were able to say, I can't believe, but this is someone who is just totally beautiful, but yet she doesn't think that. So these things that we are going through now, I think if we were to take the time to kind of pull away the pieces and change the conversations that we have with our children, what is beautiful hair? What is good hair? What is pretty skin? What is the right weight? All of those things. And Angelie just said it, because I know for me struggling, I have a 12-year-old daughter who every day I'm saying to her, Amanda, and she's right in front of me, so I know I'm going to get some flack after this, but sit up straight, keep your knees together. All of the things that I think she needs to have in place to be a lady or to be well raised, all of those little things. But sometimes we just have to, as parents, we have to pull back sometimes and try and figure out what is the motive. Is it that you want a mini you? Is it that we're trying to construct these children, and sometimes we're actually causing damage. So part of this journey for us here is that introspection that helps us to figure out how to raise our children. Because the truth is, we are in full control of that next generation. We are the ones who are going to make or break them, and sometimes it's hard to accept as a parent that you're causing that damage. It's very hard. So Angelie has helped me, and she probably doesn't even know this, that this happened for me. What she went through with Anna is 3 years older than my daughter. I'm trying to release. I'm trying to let go of that constant, do this, do that. It's hard though, because you feel like you want to control it. But I think my message really would be to parents, get to know your children, get to know them on an individual basis. We cannot put a blanket over our kids to say all children should be raised like this. We had 12 girls at Gold, and there were 12 completely different girls, even twins. We had a set of twins, we had sisters, but they're all so diverse. And in getting to know your child and knowing what drives them, what their passions are, what their dreams and goals happen to be, then that's the only way that we can then tap into helping them to find their own best selves. And I think if all of us sitting down here as 40 pluses, except for Miss Young Girl Catherine, if all of us sitting here had a program like a Bold that was able to tap into helping them to find true confidence at that stage, we wouldn't make a lot of the mistakes. I don't know about you guys, but I know I made plenty of mistakes in my 20s. And thank God we never had the internet back then, but children,
what did you do, Michelle?
Listen, but for me, I think if we help these kids to minimize those mistakes, they can find their greatness a lot earlier in life.
It's so interesting. And even coming back to the point of the bowl camp and everything, I know that I was one of those people. Anna is the polar opposite of me. So just before puberty is when we had the big struggles. I mean, the polar opposite. She's just like Timothy. I remember combing her hair once, and she looked so beautiful, and she never really take it in. And then she got to brush her teeth, and she looked in the mirror, and she said, "Mommy, change my hair." And I'm like, "Why?" She says, "Because I look so pretty. Everybody's going to keep saying that I look pretty." And I said, "That's a problem." And she's like, "Yes, just change it." And I said, "What did that pick me here? Where she come from? I could be my child, but she is my child, but she is my child." And so Arlene, it was Arlene who is much more like Anna. Arlene said to me one day, and she says, "Angelie, you have to understand that Anna is not you. Anna knows she's beautiful. That's another thing. Anna knows she's bright. She knows she's beautiful. She doesn't need the world to know that she's bright and beautiful." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And it's when I had that shift. And so now I influence her and she influences me. So instead of me trying to dress her up like me, which would just be ridiculous and it would be pure stress because it would be pure frowning and nobody would be happy. She now has me wearing a sweatshirt. I now wear jeans. I now wear jeans shorts.
You wear jeans?
You heard that, Roach?
Yes, I wear jeans. All the parts, I'll post it. You know, so I posting a jeans and jeans shorts. I don't wear jeans unless it's with high heels and a fabulous top. But I now wear jean shorts and jeans because I'm hanging with Anna. And then as a result, it because I wear the jeans, you know, see me go sushi in the bush, mom in a jeans. Jeans.
I saw.
I just like, I felt like I fish out and I'm like, oh my God, go sushi in the bush in jeans. But I put on with a fabulous top. And then in doing that, the compromise is Anna then wore an off-the-shoulder crop top. And it's compromise. She felt cute and pretty, and I felt cute and pretty. It was just so great. And it's that compromise. It's getting to that place where she taught me humility. God, in his wisdom and with his sense of humor, said, "I'm going to give you one that is nothing like you." And so I got Anna to teach me a little bit of humility, to just, just to see, just to kind of tone me down. Because I mean, I need no more encouragement, right? So I just need somebody to, as they always say, to just temper me. But the converse is she needs encouragement, so she needs me, and so that's what you have to find, Michelle. Is
the same encouragement we want now, and we will find in an encouragement is in a photo shoot like this, where people are complimenting you. Our children need it. Our children need it. Just to go back very quickly to one of the things that we did with Norman and Brandon, we had, and each person, Brandon did something with those girls where they're walking, as simple as how to enter a room, your stage presence, and Norma gave them this power of finding this inner tiger. All of these things put together, having these girls being able to hold conversations, it's just, I think, pushing them then, we're making that journey for them so much easier. How to help them say no, how to say no, and how when to say yes, when to say no, how to conduct themselves in public. All of these things are critical because these are the things that we need. These are the tools that we need outside of math and English and physics.
So letting Anna be herself also minimizes allowing Anna to be herself, to wear her sweatshirts and the big t-shirt and the sweatpants, is allowing her to do that minimizes her feeling peer pressure among her friends to fit in, to dress the way they dress. Because I'm actually empowering her to make her own choices and to wear exactly what she wants to wear because that is what makes her comfortable. So that's incredible.
You know, it's always funny when you read the commentary. So I'm not sure if you're seeing the commentary.
No, we're not. Share, please.
Loving it. I mean, they're cracking up. Brandon says, "Bobby, your thing's still tight." She means your face.
Please talk about the face.
Yes, Daniel says, "Thank you all for all you have shared. Very inspiring." And of course, everybody is like, Angelie is hilarious. So you know that you see Angelie in her overalls and her big glasses and stuff, and you know she pose up and thing, and you would have never know that she have that laugh.
Sorry.
Yes.
Oh God.
I'm the biggest contradiction in the world, man. I'm like a big contradiction.
You are. But
you know, Rochelle, I would love to say that I think every woman should have an opportunity to feel like she's the most beautiful woman in the world.
Yeah.
And this photo shoot, this experience, the This Is You project, This Is Us, all of this did it for us. It absolutely
did.
Nobody can look at me and tell me nothing right now.
No, nothing.
I'm riding on a cloud of beauty, of confidence. This is, you had asked earlier about the feedback. I think we've gotten all positive. I don't think we've gotten any negative feedback.
Never.
But I'm sure it's there because, you know, that's how life is.
I'd like to talk about that.
I know, really. Even if it were to come, there's nothing that can daunt us right now. Nothing.
Yeah.
I wanted to. We've been mentioning Brandon, but I wanted to give Brandon a lot of credit. Where I am concerned, because I'm not somebody who is in front of the camera. That's not me. I don't pose. I don't do those kind of things. And on the day of the shoot, Brandon, who is hilarious, by the way, and very inappropriate when he wants to, but it's so good. But it's amazing. So, you know, while I was in front of the camera, he would be like behind the photographer, like saying things to me and shouting things to me. And there is one of the photos that maybe you guys saw in the white swimsuit where I was walking out of the water, and I was walking and I was like very awkward and I wasn't sure what to do. And Brandon showed to me and he was like, "Bobby, touch yourself. Touch yourself."
And that's your favorite picture, right? That's your favorite picture.
He's like, "Touch yourself, Bobby. Just touch yourself." And so the whole thing, it's like loosened me up, and just how Brandon is, you know, like Michelle said, you know, like Brandon is just that person. He's amazing. He's wonderful. And so how my pictures turn out have a lot to do with Brandon. So I have to give him credit for that. He's amazing. So he made me a lot more comfortable in just doing things that, you know, I would normally do. And on that day, you see it in the photos. I mean, I'm shocked how they turn out, honestly, because the way it was like boxing us all over the place. I'm like really surprised.
Let's talk about that.
Really surprised, like how they, like Dwayne is amazing to catch us in those, you know, moments. I mean, he's amazing. But Brandon, thank you. And I just wanted to say that to Brandon. And for oiling us down.
Yes, there's I have an oil down here.
Are you gonna ask the ladies about the best advice they have gotten?
Yes. So ladies, we have a segment where we just throw out some questions and you give us the answers to these questions. And so we're gonna ask you, what's the best advice you've gotten in these respective areas? So the best advice you've received about love.
Wow.
The best advice.
Everybody tell you say enough to do it. Because them are going to break your heart. Everybody tell you say break. Your heart are going to break. And the man them too terrible. And them got this. So I don't know. I don't get no good advice about love.
Like what love have to do with it?
No.
Wow. You know, I mean, extends past romantic love. You have love for your children. You have love for your.
No, we're not talking about that tonight. We're talking about
into romantic love, ladies.
Eros love, not agape love. Eros love tonight.
Okay, here's love like you've never been hurt before.
All right. Love like you've never been hurt before.
Yeah. I like that one.
That's a good one. So everybody will log on to that one for tonight.
What's everybody giving me your one? Michelle, what's yours?
Wow. Clearly I didn't take my advice, right? I didn't take any of the advice I got. But no, I am a true believer in love. I think true love. Let me take it back. I'm a believer in love. Do I think that there is only one person out there for one person? No. I believe that we have the ability to connect with different people. and I'm not saying I feel I'm going to regret this.
Mute her mic. What's your name? What's your producer name? Mute her mic. Mute Michelle.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Don't say it. All right, no, I won't
No.
say it.
No, I joke. No, go on, Michelle.
No.
You need
I
3.
know.
Tell him. It's fine. It's fine, Michelle.
I believe in love. I believe that I believe we can learn to love people.
Yeah.
I don't believe in as I said, I don't think it's like my soulmate is in Timbuktu right now, and if I don't meet him, I'll never I don't believe that. So I don't think there's only one soulmate out there for a person. But I would probably have to go with the verse about love is patient, love is kind. Love is all of those things. And I think if we are not willing to put into a relationship what we want to get out of it, then it won't work.
It's not going to work.
And that works for a partner, it works for your children, it works for friendships, it works for everything. So that level of love, it's true love is it's so pure that it's almost so hard, because we complicate love relationships. We're the ones who complicate them.
Yeah.
Okay, that was good.
Okay. I could go deeper, but let me not.
Angie?
I'm not telling you something. Nobody not advise you good about love. Everybody tell you say I had that break. I'm just teasing. Okay, so it's interesting. So that passage about love is kind and patient. It is as true as it is not true. For me, and for me, self-love has to be the start of all of it. You have to love yourself in order to really love others, and it's. Love is definitely compromise, and it's funny. I mean, things like unconditional love and like I don't believe in that sort of thing, but I love hard and I love big, and I love deeply and I love quickly, because I can ascertain in people what loving traits. I can see in people very early things to love about them, and I try to be the best person I can be for people to love me. I mean, when I hear people brag that I'm a bitch and they're proud of it, I'm just like, really? You know what I mean? I am not happy if there isn't love and happiness around me. So I try to just to manifest love, and as a result feed love and fuel love and that sort of thing. But I mean, you asked what's the best advice about love. I can't say that anything can come to mind, but for me, my best advice is you have to love yourself in order to truly love others, and you have to also compromise a lot in love. And it's not just in romantic love; it's also with your children. I mean, if you know compromise, you will strangle them. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the times when you need that moment for yourself, or I mean, even there's so many things that you give up because of you love your children, and so much that you give up because you love your partner and that sort of thing. So for me, I mean, love is compromise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Best advice you've gotten about money?
Save it and respect it and invest it.
Let your money work for you.
Yeah.
Best advice. Let your money work for you. You don't spend your life just working for money. You get your money, but you invest it well and let it work for you.
Yeah.
And let me
Michelle
just
never listen. Michelle never listen to the advice there. The money advice.
tomorrow
No,
on
no,
COVID
actually,
cast, we're going to be
once
talking
again,
about the spiritual laws of money.
If what?
But tomorrow, so if you get any good advice about money, tomorrow, Nevada Power, I think Mellissa knows him.
I always miss it because I'm working when it's happening. I just can't get to. I always miss it.
We're going to talk about spiritual laws of money. How
I
to
need
make
to listen to that.
grow it.
Because we are 45 now, so we need to know it.
A fool and his money are soon parted.
That's a good one. Michelle, say it again for the people in the back. Say it again for the people in the back.
A fool and his money are soon parted.
That's the one.
And it's true.
Very true.
Tell you that.
Money requires wisdom. Money management requires wisdom.
It does. It does. It does.
All right. Best advice you've received about life?
Oh my God, live it. Just
Live
live
it,
life.
yeah.
And my
Yeah.
grandmother told me many years before she passed, just this we have a meme all the time: live, love, laugh. My grandmother had that down pat years ago. Just live your life, live it with a fullness that don't do it half-hearted. When you wake up in the morning, everything put 100% into it, and I try to do it. I honestly try to. I love my life, and life is just it's gonna disappear one day. It's gonna go, and I've seen people who sometimes you think people are going to just be around all the time, and then they go. And it's just, life is too short to not be lived. Way too short to not be lived.
I believe you live your life on purpose. You really should. And you should be open to people, open to new people. Michelle have this thing that she says that I think she should stop saying. This no new friends. She loves to say that a
No,
lot,
I'm
and
not
that's
stuck.
you need to stop saying that. She loves to say it, but I believe that at any point in your life, you can meet that person who you have to be open to people that can have such an impact on you that I don't have that. Michelle says it a lot, but I don't believe in that. I used to think so, but I realized no, you should be open, be very open, because you never know who will come into your life. And so I believe you should get up every day and just live your life on purpose and just find joy in everything that you do and just be happy. Really. Not just telling you like really be happy. Really be happy. That's what I think.
For me, it's life is what you make it. It's you, life is what you make it. So if you dwell in bitterness and anger, you're going to live a bitter and angry life and sad
Absolutely.
life. If you live a life of fullness, like for me, I try every damn thing and we just throw things on the wall. And if it's sick, then we say, yeah, man, that's it. You know? It's life is what you make it, and have a happy life if I laugh a lot. I'll have a miserable life if I'm always constantly just dwelling on misery and bitterness and sadness. And if you live a life of confusion where you just don't know, there's no focus, and then your life is chaotic. Life is what you make it, and for the most part, we have to be responsible for what our lives are, because it's really what we have made. It is what we allow into it, is what we allow to happen in it, is what we foster in our lives. So you just have to foster what you want, and you have to nurture the things that you want to make your life. That's what makes your life what it is,
Absolutely.
Life is what you make it. Yeah.
My last question: what advice would you give to your 20-year-old?
Lord of mercy.
Repeat that.
How much time we have?
What advice would you give to your 20-year-old self?
20?
Wow.
Okay.
First of all, she has
How
to
long
save
is the
money.
show? How much time we have leave? Maybe Michelle should go last.
2 sentences. 2 sentences.
No, save your money. Listen.
Save your money.
My thing with life was just, I love to live. I remember when I started flying, I would look as the money coming in. About to this day, I have a pair of boots up there, $800. We buy that back in 1994. Just to spend money because I could. I didn't respect it. I didn't understand it. I didn't care, because here today, gone tomorrow, get it back again. I think that would be the first thing I would tell my 20-year-olds: save your money and respect it, treat it wisely. That is paramount for me, because I see a lot of girls today doing things with the money that they have. Mind them, I don't know where them get their money. I didn't work for mine, but save it, respect it, because it can damage you.
That's a good one.
At 20, that was around the time for me. It was Miss Universe and Guinness and all of that stuff. And I would tell my 20-year-old self not to drink my Kool-Aid. I tell her to just look on the glass of Angelie Kool-Aid and say, Kool-Aid not good for you. It's going to broke out your face, and it's going to give you cellulite, and it's going to make you like fat. Don't you drink your own Kool-Aid, girl. but you know, because a lot was happening then, and I kind of was like, "Wow, I'm pretty awesome," but I couldn't truly appreciate how awesome I actually was going to be, or I was going to become, because I was looking at that awesomeness then. But you know what? It would be advice. I wouldn't change anything, but I would just say to her, like, Angelie, just take a sip of the Kool-Aid, but don't drink too much of that Kool-Aid, girl. Yeah, man, that's gonna break out. That's gonna give you a big bump on your nose and on your chin. Sister, nah, not bother with the Kool-Aid. It's artificial. Kool-Aid is, isn't it? Drink some freshly squeezed orange juice. Not the Kool-Aid, girl.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
At 20, where was I? I was in university, and during that time it was just like holy for worrying. So not knowing what your life is gonna be, you don't know what direction life is gonna take. So during that time I was very self-conscious. I was worried. Yeah, I spent a lot of time worrying. So I would tell myself, Mellissa, it's gonna be okay. That's what it's going to be okay. Because at that time it's like you just don't know what's gonna happen. So that's what I would tell myself. It's going to be okay. Yeah.
That's awesome. I just need to point out that there are several comments tonight about
Please share the comments.
The comparisons between Rochelle and Angelie. So earlier,
very similar.
Yeah, earlier, I think it was Alisa that made the comment that the two in the red glasses. Clearly. And so a while ago, Gabby said, Angelie and Rochelle must be friends.
They say we don't need any encouragement.
We could have been, none at all. None whatsoever.
No, none at all. We just drink with Kool-Aid. We just drink it out.
Gulp, gulp, gulp.
Angelie, somebody commented and asked, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking some Vino Tinto, but it's mostly Kool-Aid. No,
that was the other comment. They said she's drinking the Kool-Aid.
No, guys, I am. But this Kool-Aid, it's actually, I can do things, and this Kool-Aid is a much more healthy, wholesome Kool-Aid. It's not that artificial. So it's not that just add water Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid is a nice Kool-Aid. Yeah, man. The one in the 20s is just add water and you just stir it, and that's not a good Kool-Aid.
Yeah. It's not a fruit.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
The fact that I don't have on glasses too, and I need to go get some glasses.
Because you're not 40. People, she's not yet 40. So that's why she's not wearing glasses.
At 40.
Yeah.
Right before 40. I said, I guarantee you it will happen at 40, Kathy.
Why are you guys wishing that on
Catherine, no, we're not wishing it, honey. We don't wish it on anyone. But it just happens. It just happens. Yeah.
The best thing though is like when you need your glasses to see, but you still have to take them off to see.
No, Rochelle, you need progressive. Rochelle, are you wearing progressive lens?
Yeah, and they make me dizzy.
Of course. We're all wearing progressive lens. We're over 40.
Or when you're trying to behave like you actually don't need to go to wear the glasses, and you go to a restaurant and this is you with a menu.
Jesus, listen. So we still need a menu stick. Like the selfie stick. It's like a menu stick, a book stick.
No, but there's some of us who do the other way, because this is me. I don't need to go there. I need to come up close.
Listen, we definitely need a chance to talk about all the amazing things that you ladies are. I tell Angie all the time that I'm going to her house.
That this is what being perfectly imperfect means.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I tell Angie all the time I'm going to her house for training because she's going to train me to be a wife. She's going to train me to cook. She's going to train me to do all of these. So we definitely have to have a part 2 to talk about, to go through all of the amazing things that you ladies actually
I
do.
want to have freshly squeezed lemonade that you can have as well because she always has that. I want to do roast chicken, that chocolate cake, just all the things.
Anytime when you're ready, come. Anytime when you're ready.
I'm ready.
So we will broadcast live from Angie's house after.
Yes, let's do that. Yes, I want to do that.
I want to do that.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
ready.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm ready.
So thank you, ladies.
I'm ready, Angie, don't play with my emotions.
No, honestly. But you know what? We're just gonna have to do it because they said that saying when COVID ends is like saying when I win the lottery.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so we may just have to do that.
Note until he said that.
Listen, who had somebody's husband? Who is Anime the last? She says her husband says that my lemonade is the best. Who that?
Talk about
your husband know my lemonade.
I want to.
Who are your husband? Who that?
I know what your lemonade tastes like.
Angie. Them no know some them no know some me will fight for your chocolate cake.
Yes.
Yeah, your chocolate cake is for the money.
Yes.
You
and Cadian can talk about that.
Ajani, for his birthday last year or the year before, requested Auntie Angie's chocolate cake. And then when he heard that his relatives were coming to partake in the celebration, he asked me to order a sugar and spice cake for them. Because he was not sharing Auntie Angie's cake.
I thought you raised that boy well at Naomi. What's going on?
Questionable, Angie. Questionable. See, Dilly said, "Yep, we're ready for the part 2."
Oh my gosh.
You guys, this has been an amazing night. I mean, we laughed. This has just been really, as Mellissa said, though, no, sorry, Mish, sometimes we do have to just open ourselves up to new people, but also that a lot of people, Mishy, you
Mish,
I'll behave.
And loving and kind.
Yes.
So, good. So one of the things too is that, sometimes as women, we see each other and we just create stories in our heads about how people are. And we don't recognize just at the end of the day, we all have some issue. We all have our things. But we have this one life that the only thing we're asked to do is just live it every single day. Just squeeze out everything, squeeze out the juice out. And as tough as the mango, because let me tell you, I've been using collagen like hell, and I go and I get a collagen treatment with some hot light over me. If one of these days I'm to the light and the light you burn me.
WhatsApp the number to me. WhatsApp me the number. WhatsApp me the place. WhatsApp it.
A spicy girl. Wow. Just nice. But you know what? Life is beautiful, and we are blessed that we have the means to even put up a fight.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
We're thanking you. I mean, the comments are outrageous. They are, people are on the floor laughing and are just so grateful for the advice you've given and just opening yourself up through those photos, but also showing us your humanity.
One moment. They might call me.
So thank you, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Really awesome. And I hope our viewers watch this feeling inspired, not just inspired to go to the gym and lose weight, which is great too. Because I know there are a lot of people that were inspired to do that. I know even Rochelle said she's starting back the gym. So tomorrow, I believe. So it has definitely inspired a lot to do that. But just for women especially to be comfortable with who they are, where they are in this moment. You know, we get very caught up with life, with family, with children, with making decisions for everybody else. And we don't take a moment to just appreciate ourselves and celebrate it in a way that makes us feel happy, regardless of what the rest of the world has to say about it.
Yeah.
And so we want to thank you guys for being vulnerable, being open, being your most authentic selves, and not giving an F about what others may think, and just doing your thing. I definitely think it empowers others to do. It may not be a nude photo shoot. It may not be a photo shoot in a swimsuit, but it may be something else that they've been wanting to do, but have been afraid to try and do it. And so thank you so much for just putting out that spark for the rest of us to see and to feel encouraged, and to know that there are other women who are similar to us, who may have challenges, issues, whatever it is, but we can still take the time to celebrate ourselves.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Wait, guys, where can everyone find you? Whether it's online. I know Angie and Michelle have their blogs. Tell us where they can find you for more.
Okay. Well, I'm on Instagram at B3BossMom. Also B3 Parenting, and my blog, which is just my heart shared with everyone, is Michelle Today at WordPress.com. So B3BossMom, you can find me anywhere.
Okay. Angie?
I'm Angelie Speno on Instagram. Let's just stick to that. I'm Angelie Speno on Instagram, and I'm now a blogger on WordPress. It's dot with Angelie. It's with Angelie. So it's everything with Angelie. It's soon the lemonade with Angelie, and the roast chicken with Angelie, and the chocolate cake with Angelie, wallpapering, upholstery, everything with Angelie.
Don't post those things until we do our session, please and thanks. But guys, if you want to read either Angie or Michelle's latest blog, you can click the links on their bios in their Instagram pages, and that way it'd be maybe easier for you to find the blog and to follow and subscribe after that as well.
Yeah, but we have talked about Mellissa, because Mellissa is not just on Instagram, but she teeth. When your teeth.
Can I just tell you all that when we were doing this whole thing, we were like, okay, so we're going to post these pictures. And Mellissa, you need to open your page, because our page, said Mel, the private page not going to work. We have to work with Mellissa. She's an internet dinosaur, but we're working with her, and we love her dearly.
Well, I'm not a blogger. And my handle on Instagram is Dr. Mel G. Powe. But
Dr.
I'm
Mel
a dentist,
G.
so yeah. No, my maiden name is Green. Yeah, so I didn't want to leave out my
You
Green.
need to start open a public page named Hot Gal Mel. She need a public page named Hot Gal Mel. And leave the Dr. Mel Powe private.
The Dr. Mel G.
It's the Hot Gal Mel page. Because Catherine drought, wheel her up. Come here.
They did.
She's out.
They sure did. So my practices, it's the Tooth Dental Practice and Sylvan Family Care. I think most people are familiar with the Sylvan Family Care because it's, to have a website and it's all over, but those two practices. So, yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate taking the time, spending with our audience.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rush. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Naomi.
Bye.
It's been wonderful.
Rochelle is still laughing.
What an entertaining and inspiring evening, just like what Deborah Taylor just said.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. It was great. It was really, really great.
Excellent.
It's so funny. I realized we didn't actually have questions from our viewers, just lots of commentary.
Yes. These ladies
Lots
are
of commentary.
Yeah, these ladies really, sometimes you just even in dropping all of these nuggets of wisdom, that they were just themselves and bare laughing, because sometimes this is in all that is going on, we just need a moment.
Yeah.
Just a moment. Yeah.
So
Well,
we're gonna take the next 6 weeks to get ready for our photo shoots.
yeah, because as some I gonna kick water to me I practice my water kick. Watch me now.
Let me see, Rochelle. Let me see it.
Come on, why I have to do my mouth with it too?
Kimmy, tell them to get ready for us.
I am just, guys, I'm starting back the gym because I need that little
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to the
When
gym
you
and I
see me, I come out of the water. And Catherine don't say not when you see me I emerge. Oh, Abdul.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We had a wonderful time. Thank you so much for your commentary, for your feedback. We look forward to having you next week, Wednesday at 8 o'clock with us, same time, same place on our YouTube channel. For those of you who do not currently follow us, you can follow us, like, subscribe, and share. You can catch us on all our platforms at Ready to Emerge. So we look forward to having you next week at 8 o'clock at Detour Essentials. Thanks
And guys, if you think that this episode was something that you need a friend to watch, it goes up on our YouTube channel immediately after the show is over. So make sure you just copy that link, send it out in your WhatsApp chats, send it to your girlfriends, send it to your guy friends. Let people see the awesomeness. If you think someone needs to hear some of those messages and those gems that were dropped today, click that link on our YouTube page and just share it with everybody.
Yeah, we need a podcast for real, Natalie.
We do. We need a lot of things.
Yeah.
But there.
Yeah, but after the 6 weeks.
After the 6 weeks, after we've emerged.
After we've emerged. Oh, Lord. Okay.
All right, guys. See you next week.